The two fights that in recent times that have given Mayweather problems was, you could argue, the Cotto fight in periods, and also the first 6 rounds against Maidana in the first fight. What have you taken from those two fights in the way that Andre could adapt things that clearly opened Mayweather up?
Absolutely nothing, because...
Well, what a great question that was.
Yeah, because, no, it was a good question. It was a good question, because, you know, first and foremost, you plan to win, right? And then you've been fighting since you've been 10 years old. There are ingredients that exist within you that you definitely are going to have to bring out. So what I tell Andre daily is get out of your way. You know, if you're in your way, then you're going to have problems. In other words, if he hits you with a 2-punch combination in this fight and you dwell on it, you're in your way. You have to get out of your way and let that guy that you talk to at night when you're alone looking up at the ceiling with your eyes open and that other guy is talking to you, that's when you're visualizing, that's the other guy visualizing for you. You know, that's who Andre Berto, the fighter, is. Andre Berto, if you're reasoning with yourself, if you're flip-flopping between I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, then you're in your way. So you have to take Andre Berto out of the way and let Andre Berto, so to speak, emerge. Get out of your way.
Of all the fighters that Andre has fought up until now, in your mind, which one of those fights, or any combination of those fights, have helped prepare him the most for Mayweather? Is there a fight, a tape you show him saying, do more of this when you get out there against Mayweather?
No, I haven't shown him a tape. You know, each fighter is different. If you look at the Cotto, people say, well, look at the Cotto fight, he gave him some problems, okay? Yeah, but you know, again, where Cotto was actually having success, he was taking punishment also, you see? In his best moments, on the offensive end, he still was receiving punishment from the other end, you know? You look at Oscar, he was successful early on using the jab and things. He strayed away from it, but
Mayweather's right.
He stayed in the confines of whatever plan they had. Of course, he blamed it on somebody else, which was wrong, but you would think that he would have been able to figure this out, that this is what's giving him problems, and I got to stick with this, and whatever I do, I have to work off of it. But as soon as the rocky moments came, he stayed in his way, you see? And even with Cotto, he stayed in his way. So what Cotto's saying is, so I'm having success, this is the only way I'm going to have success, but I'm also being predictable while I'm implementing this because he's having great success also. You know, he gave him a tough fight, but if you look at the Drunken Monkey, he had no plan. He just simply went out and fought. And that was his toughest fight. Emmanuel Augustus was the toughest fight that he ever had. And Floyd will say it, and Senior will say it also. Because Emmanuel Augustus has always been unstructured. You know, so which way the wind is blowing, he can sense you downwind, right? He's got a great sense of where the wind is blowing.
So chaos theory is almost what you want with Mayweather.
I'm sorry?
Chaos theory is almost what you want. Let your natural chaos theory take. You talked about warriors yesterday, Afro-American, the roots, and if you like, of great black gyms and all that. It was fantastically emotive, I must say, as well. I don't know if you've spoken about that before, but is that what you're compelling your man to do, to go out there and just fight with his street spirit, his warrior spirit?
Well, you don't want him to be
the
reckless.
Answer must be no,
you're absolutely right. I can't match your IQ, but I can disrupt. Right?
Yeah.
I can disrupt.
Well, that's chaos theory, isn't
exactly.
it? You can create chaos.
Controlled chaos or whatever, then I might be structured 1 minute. The next minute I might be Madonna, I might just run at you and try to blunt you, The next minute I might be Pacquiao, I might go left, right, in, out.
Be unpredictable.
But you're free to do these things. And you have to be unpredictable. you have to take that mindset of controlling the situation and become unpredictable. You know, and the first time that seed is planted, then you continue to water that seed. But at the same time, when you're planting that garden, just don't be happy with onions. Plant some tomatoes and squash and things like that too. Plant something that's going to go deep down in the ground, and plant something that's going to go high in the air. You know, and have fun doing it. You see, and more important, have fun having a conversation. You know, I told him the importance of a conversation in a fight. Every time you're in a clinch, you know, have a conversation. You know, if it was a girl, if it was over a girl, just tell him, look, no matter what happens tonight, man, I'm sorry you lost the girl. You know, or look, man, no matter what happens, my friend took your jewelry from me, so don't worry about it. Let's you and I keep going.
Can that unnerving them now?
Well, you know what? We all have exteriors that we project, but there's always something that could get to us if we're honest about it, right? We learn how to control it, we learn how to manage it, but I think how many of us can control something coming at us that has an emotional effect? How many of us can manage it with punches flying at our heads, you know? And then we got to put them out and then we got to defend against them. So, you know, when you walk out of that ring, win, lose, or draw, you want to know in your heart, I did everything I can. The best thing for any fighter, if he comes up short, is to be able to say, he was just better. They can live with that.
Does that mean that Andre might be talking to Floyd a little bit, maybe bringing up some stuff that might make Floyd a little irritable or sensitive?
It's really, you shouldn't even be trying to make him irritable because you have to stay within the confines of your personality. You know, you could say something as simple as, you know what, some nice shoes you got on. I really like your shoes, man. Right in the clinches. You see, some nice shoes you got on. You know. Well, you know what? Your oldest daughter, she's pretty smart. You know, I remember B.J. Armstrong told me in practice with Jordan. He said Jordan would say little stuff like, "You almost blocked that," you know, to the guys in practice, or, you know, "Hey man, you think I can get together with you in the summertime and learn that move you just did?" See, so
outside the box,
got you engaging, you know. You want to engage, but you don't want to do it in an angry way because now he knows what you're trying to do, right? You know, lean on, oh man, it's only 7 rounds, I'm so tired. Are you tired? You see?
Does your role change once the fight starts?
I'm sorry?
Does your role change once the fight starts?
In what sense?
I mean, do you become more of a, less of a coach and more of a motivator, or what? I mean,
whatever it calls for, you know. My job is definitely to remain calm and to recognize what's going on. And I told him, you know, you keep bringing the key back to the corner. Number one, don't get caught off in who's winning and who's losing. Don't even ask me that, right? You think I'm winning? You think I'm... Don't ask me that, you know, because it's like a horse race, you know. Boxing is what I like about the horse race. It doesn't matter who started out first. It doesn't matter who's ahead after the first half of the race or 3/4 out. What matters is who crossed that line, you know. And there are so many ways to cross the finish line. What matters is that you have to have fun. You really have to have a lot of fun. But at the same time, you have to want to hurt him. You know, and that's coming out of ourselves, but there's no other way. You have to want to hurt him, but not recklessly, you see. But you have to want to hurt him within the confines of the fight, but also whatever dynamics that you have going on. If you felt that it was serious enough to make a point, make a statement, you know, you have to get to the point where you hope the referee does his job. I had a friend that never had a fight in his life, and he was so in love with this girl, you know, and the girl knew he was in love with her, jealous, so she came to a party one night with another guy. And here's a guy never had a fight in his life, and he looked at me and he says, I'm getting ready to go over here and I'm gonna jump on this guy. He says, the only thing I want you to do is don't let me kill him. Right?
Don't let me kill him.
Don't let me kill him. He said, that's the only thing I want you to do. But that stimulus, I mean, it was over a girl. It was really crazy. I thought he was kidding. But he went over there, and the guy that came out, he got out of his way. You know, it's like, you sure you haven't been fighting for years, man, and everything? But he didn't question his ability. Wait a minute, what am I doing? I never even had a fight, you know. I can't fight. I'm never looking for confrontation. But that one situation there took him there.